Ian, our favorite gray market digital game seller G2A is back in the news.
Yeah, so G2A is back in the news for kind of putting their foot in their mouth. So G2A made a promise after they got called out.
What's G2A real quick?
So G2A resells keys for games. A lot of people will go there initially because they're looking for a price on a game. Steam might have a game for $60. Epic Game Store might have a game for $60, and you're looking around and you might see this website called G2A that might have that game for $25, $15, $30.
Under $50?
Yeah.
$50?
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Isn't that nice?
So you, what G2A is though, is it's essentially well, I'm going to say it. It's oftentimes used as a fence for stolen codes is what G2A is. So G2A ideally it's a place where you buy a code for a game for cheaper. How would people acquire these legitimately? Their thinking is like, okay, so if you're a reviewer and you've got 1 billion review codes or something and you're never going to use them all, you sell the review codes on G2A or something.
Or a Humble Bundle? You get individual codes?
Humble Bundle, I think. Yeah, you can get the codes too. So that's another way you could sell it if you already have the game.
But otherwise, getting them legitimately to sell them, or I guess if you bought it and then never used it and you want to sell it.
Also, I just need to say that it's kind of gross to sell a code that you're given for free.
Oh, it's disgusting to do that.
Yeah, it's disgusting. But those are the legitimate ways you would be able to get these codes.
But G2A is known also for being a site where fraudulent chargebacks. And you get the codes real quick because then you basically then have a credit that you can sell. So that's been known to happen when credit card numbers get wiped out of a database somewhere.
Yeah. So what happens is basically to make money, people will take like a stolen credit card and they'll buy a shitload of codes for a game. Once those codes are turned into something, you don't know if that code is valid or not until you try to input it. So what'll happen is they'll buy all these codes, they'll get these codes, they'll put them up for sale on G2A. The codes stay even after there's a chargeback.
Sure, you have the codes in your text pad folder.
Right. So then the codes are still sold, and then it's a dead code. So there's been lots of negativity about G2A for good reasons. A lot of developers, most developers I know, and some of them have said it publicly, if you can't afford our game,
pirate it.
Just pirate it, please. Like, don't buy it from G2A because you're supporting what is oftentimes criminal activity, but you're giving money to people for something that they got for nothing.
And it's allegedly used by money launderers as well.
Yes.
To wash their money by buying codes for games.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
So, last year they said that they were offering to pay studios 10 times the cost of their games if it was found to be selling stolen keys. Only one company took them up on the offer. Turns out that G2A was selling a bunch of stolen keys.
I don't know why everyone wouldn't do that. It's okay.
Maybe just not worth their time, but it doesn't bode well for them when they come out and they say with bravado 10 times if we're selling stolen keys. Only one developer, took them up off on it, and out of their 1 out of 1 shot, they were selling stolen keys. So in a blog post called Keeping Our Promise, G2A says that of the 321 keys Woob reported as having been stolen, their internal investigation revealed that 198 had been sold by G2A.
There you go.
As a result of that, G2A is now paying the company $39,600 or 10 times the value of any bank-initiated refund costs that Factorio paid in relation to each of the 198 illegitimate keys sold via Marketplace. So
you think that this doesn't mean that G2A are good guys by doing this? It just shows that
no, it doesn't mean they're good guys at all. It shows that they are doing exactly what people have been saying they're doing, that they claimed.
A smaller game. Imagine the larger companies, how much fraud's going on.
Right. Exactly.
Like, this doesn't exonerate them. This proves it.
Yeah, exactly. This is not exoneration. Just because you're like, okay, good, you said what you did, but yeah, you were trying to say that this does not occur. It obviously does. Clearly, it occurs.
We've got to read their statement with crocodile tears here. When we launched this offer, we wanted to send a clear message to the gaming community that fraud hurts all parties. As we spell out in this blog, fraud directly hurts individuals who buy illegitimate keys. It hurts gaming developers and ultimately hurts G2A because we are forced as a transaction facilitator to cover costs related to the sale. We wanted to amplify that message and capture people's attention, so pledged to compensate developers 10 times the value of any chargeback fees they incurred, despite the fact that we had nothing to do with the illegal acquisition of these keys. Well, you provide the marketplace for the illegal activities to occur.
Exactly. You have provided.
You're providing the playpen for the illegality. The gaming developer community has our solidarity and sympathies on this issue, and want to continue building bridges. With our main point being made about the seriousness of fraud in the industry, from now on, we will compensate developers the full value of any chargeback fees they incurred for any keys sold via G2A Marketplace if they are able to prove they were illegitimate.
I think it's important to point out now they will only pay back the chargeback fees.
Yes.
They're not doing a 10-time thing. Now that they've realized that maybe...
Oh, they know.
They know, but
they just didn't know anyone would go through this. And then I'm surprised they actually went through with their own internal investigation and came up with it. They could have said, "Oh no, there's nothing. It's fine."
Right.
So they. But imagine if like Ubisoft went to them and said, "Okay, we want a full auditing."
Yep.
And it was like several thousand keys. Just imagine that. That's why it would unfortunately spotlight them and let people know they exist. But like you would hope that these companies would go after them. But maybe other companies have a better way of knowing when these chargebacks happens because of the credit card theft and things like that. And I don't know. It's just no. You're not endearing yourself to the game developers and publishers.
No,
they look at you as what you're thieves.
And Luke Plunkett, who wrote this article for Kotaku, says it great in his closing. Apparently, fraud hurts G2A because we are forced as the transaction facilitator to cover costs related to the sale. Who wrote this? Why is the onus here on helping them discover their own fuck-ups instead of G2A pledging to do a better job sourcing keys? How about you find a way to stop selling stolen keys?
Because I can't source keys anyway.
Right. Their business, and that's the thing. And I wanted to say this when you mentioned it being a playground. There are places, for instance, Twitter exists, AOL for when it existed, chat rooms, all these things, all these places that all these like large. Social networks, illegal things can happen on them. But that's not the entirety for its existence. There is no way to source discount keys other than doing it this way. Your entire company exists for this purpose because there is no ethical way to source keys. You can't go out and get these. You have no other way to get these. There's the two ways that you're going to get them. The one way that is halfway okay, that's fine, selling off your excess fucking Humble Bundle keys if you've already got the game. Sure. Fine. I mean, most people I know are fucking decent humans and just give them away because you already got them.
But that wouldn't be illegal though.
But that wouldn't be illegal.
Yeah.
But it's fucking absolutely dirty to sell off review codes that you're given and be on the pall to fucking act like there's not.
But there's not enough review codes in existence to support a site
that's
like
what
G2A.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's what I'm getting at. The only way to truly have enough codes is through these gray or black market means.
Yeah, even calling this gray market is weird because I would love to if you did a full auditing of the percentages and see what it came up with. Would it be half and half fraudulent, or half were acquired fraudulently with chargebacks and stolen credit card numbers and half weren't? I would love to see the percentages.
If there's a way a company like this can exist ethically, I'd love to know it because I cannot think of any.
Well, Humble goes out and they partner directly.
That's what I mean. But that right then and there makes Humble something different. There is no way to just be a third-party fence for code. You can't do it.
And Humble curates and they
they have subscriptions, so Humble's really taken off to kind of be its own thing. And yes, of course, obviously they're going out there and working with actual developers to get things into bundles to be cheaper.
Yes, and it's a win-win.
Right.
It's a ton of exposure. You get your name out there. They have their own store now, where it basically operates on its own. And now they do, like you said, they do their subscription thing where they offer, free games for the monthly fee. Every month you get a handful of free games.
And honestly, if I played more games, it looks like it's a fairly good deal. The stuff that they put in those monthly subscription bundles look decent. They're good games.
And they support devs. They now are funding devs to help finish games.
And they also, there's also always a way to donate to charity. Humble Bundle's always done that. Humble Bundle is great. If you want something, that's your best option.
But no, you're not going to find GTA 5 there for $8.
And you can't just go and search for something and have it pop up. Like it's curated. It's based on what they can offer you.
Would there be a way to do this legally? Like if I went to EA or Ubisoft and said, I want 50,000 keys at this discount wholesale, the same way you can wholesale, physical video games, but as you know, there's a built-in cost. Obviously, it would cost them less to get me the keys. It's literally generating and giving me. Would a company be down for that? I wonder if they would. But to me, they probably wouldn't, because they'd be like, well...
There's no stock to move. There's nothing to produce. I don't think that they see it as something that they need to get rid of, because they're going to move those games anyways. So
there's enough existing stores.
Right. There's enough existing stores, and people are going to... It's been shown. When you're not... Nintendo does it all the time. When your stuff doesn't go on sale all the time, people just buy it for regular price.
They're trained, or rarely goes on sale. Nintendo
Right.
does sales, but it's like the game's never new or even a year old. It's always like down the line.
Yeah, and it's always like $20 off a digital code. It's never like the physical
Oh,
copy.
yeah.
Hey, $40 for the $60 game that's been out for... I love Nintendo products, but my God, they don't.
Hey,
they don't ever drop the price.
They
on
keep
shit.
the value up, and hey, I respect that. They're like, hey, we're not going to take any less, buddies. We got to keep that profit rolling in. Hey. But hey,
That's why they have money to float them for 50 fucking years.
That's why they have money to make Game of the Year Clubhouse games. 51 worldwide classics. So there you have it. So G2A, I just think this is funny. I wish the companies banded together and said we want a full audit. But then again, they're in like Poland, so there's no jurisdiction or whatever.
Right.
So, but it's just weird.